Alright, welcome back to the Moss. Remember, like, share, subscribe, share on your social media so we can recruit some new subscribers. Today I'm gonna try to speak more fluent with my English so I can reach a different audience, not just Jamaican but also international audience. So I might go a little bit slow, but I'm trying to do so as to let other people understand what I'm saying. Now, this topic is like a different approach this morning. This morning it's about survival skills of how to survival skills of being in Jamaica. Now, as you know, the name of my channel is The Mass Paranoid. I'm always paranoid. That's just me. I'm always paranoid. You can ask all of my friends, my amigos, my family. I'm always paranoid because I'm always thinking that something can happen. That's just my mindset. It's better to be prepared than not to be prepared. No, so I'm just gonna run through some things on the top of my head that I can remember as to how, and I'm gonna give you a story of a predicament that I was in at the end. Now, this is for people locally and for tourists, or not necessarily tourists, but returning residents going back to Jamaica, because we all know that in Jamaica, tourists are not affected by the crime and violence that is upon the citizens of the land. So, first one on the top of my head. Let's see. If you're going to Jamaica as a returning resident, you do not need to let your families or friends or anyone know when you're coming to Jamaica and when you will be departing Jamaica. Reason being, you don't want anybody to have your time schedule, because you have to remember now that sometimes a lot of families and friends, they ask us for stuff, like, and sometimes we're not in the position to give. And people hold grudges because people think that, like, you're literally obligated to do as they ask. So you have to understand and remember, the Bible says the heart of man is wicked, so you can't put anything past anybody these days. So first, never let anybody know your schedule unless it's somebody that you really can find and trust in. That's one. Also, if you know that if you come from a community that is prone to violence, be smart about it. You can just pop up at your residence place, like, say for instance 7 a.m., not 8 a.m., and just give them a surprise, like, wow, we didn't know. Let them say, wow, we did not know you were coming. And you do that. You spend like 3 hours with them, you talk, you gallivant, you eat some breakfast, you get along, you give them whatever you have to give them. Then, this is how you do it now. Never let nobody study your schedule. So you say to them, I'm running into the town to get some money because I'm running low on cash, or something of that nature. Or I'm running into the town to get some stuff to meet a friend. I'll be back. Yeah, better just say to meet a friend. I'll be back within like an hour or so. An hour or so, when they're looking for you to come back and they're calling you, be like, oh, something pop up, I had to go back to my resort. Never let nobody study your schedule, and you go back to your resort. When you go to visit these friends or family, do not, if you're staying at a resort, if these are not people that you're put your trust in, do not let nightfall catch you in that place. Make sure you leave. Give them something, you're going into town to meet somebody and you leave, you go back to your resort. Never let nobody know the resort that you're staying. Too much information is never good. Never let them know. So that's one. Pop up on your people, never let them know your schedule when you're coming. Go there, spend a few hours, tell them that you gotta go do something in the town, and you bounce. Alright. 2. For instance, you're in Jamaica and you're driving and you have a flat tire, and Jamaica is a rural country, so not everywhere will be built up. For instance, you're driving and you have a flat tire. Because I'm paranoid, this is what I would do. People would probably tend to sit back in their car and call the cops or try to seek help from people from past buyer. My advice to you is never seek help from passerby or people that randomly around. If it's like a group of 4 of you, make sure you do not stand in one location. Like all 4 of you are group up. Make sure that one is at point A, point B, point C, and point D. So in case somebody's trying to rob you or somebody's trying to come at you, at least it will be difficult for them to operate everybody. And when they see that people are scattered, they will think twice to try to approach someone, because they do not know what the other person possesses, if he has a legal gun or whatever. But when you're in a group, it's easy to pounce upon you and be like, nobody move. So you got to be careful of that. Now, if it's night, if it's day, and you can come out your car and it's, it's a busy terrain, so vehicles are always constantly passing, and people, you can come out your car, as I said, 4 different directions. If it's like 4 of you, if it's 1 of you, or you go away from your car, you close up your car and you hide the key in your socks or somewhere, and you call the cops or a friend or whoever you have trust in. If, for instance, you do not know to send your location as someone from overseas, most people in Jamaica has WhatsApp. Try to always have WhatsApp on your phone. In this way, if you contact someone at the police station and they want to know your location, but you don't have the direction to give them, you can always get their number, add it to your phone, add it to your contact, and then you can send them your direction, your location via WhatsApp. Now, if it's night, trust me, if it's night, it's more even dangerous at night. My suggestion, if you have a flat tire or your car is overheating or whatever purpose that your car stopped, please do not stay in that car and make a phone call. It would be best you exit the car, and if it's not a built up area where there's a lot of people and vehicle moving, go in some bushes. Go in some bushes, and if you're in clothes that are really light, that it can really reflect, if a light shine on it, take it off, put on something dark. Go in some bushes, turn down the light on your phone screen, and you make a call. And as I said, you can send your location to the police via WhatsApp. People, these are precautions you have to take when you're in Jamaica. Jamaica is a very dangerous country. Do not trust anything or anyone or anybody. You have to be paranoid. For instance, again, if you're driving in the night and you see somebody throw something in the middle of the road, and like you see something in the middle of the road, and your intention or your mindset is to pull over. If you can hit, if you do not have to pull over, do not pull over. You proceed. You're not here to save nobody or to help nobody, because people, they tend to try to trick you. They will throw like a bicycle in the middle of the street, and if you hit the bicycle, they want you to pull over. If they do something like that, don't stop. If your car is on the rim it to the nearest police station until you are far from there, where they can see you, because it can be a trap. Okay, so that's 2. Number 3, for instance, you're at a family house, and this is for Jamaicans and also returning resident. If you're in a house and you are at the back of your house and nobody's at the front, ensure that your front door is closed or any access from the front is closed. If you're at the front of the house, ensure that any access to the house from the back is closed. Anybody is trying to pounce upon you should not have easy access to you. Always try, if you're at the front, make sure the back door is closed. If you're at the back, make sure the front door is closed. You gotta do simple things to protect yourself when you're in Jamaica. Don't be naive. Make sure if you have a house and you have like a gate, before you even enter the house, make sure all your gates are locked at all time. Do not trust anyone. Do not trust anyone or anybody or anything. Now, this one is more so for the returning residents. Now, you have returning residents when they're going back. Everybody wants to look nice. You want to buy the best Gucci, Jimmy Choo, MCM, all the nearest brands. You always have your Nike shoes, your Jordans, whatever. It's okay. But it's okay to dress nice. But when it comes to your phone, When it comes to your phone can be a big give a big what do you say? If I'm a criminal, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna scan you from head to toe. Your clothes may look good, but you don't have a good phone, you know? And I'm like, maybe he or she doesn't have any money. But when you roll out that iPhone and you have it all over your face in KFC or in Island Grill or wherever, and you're on that iPhone texting and going live and whatever. Trust me, there's somebody, especially if you're in a tourist area, there's somebody looking at you, not necessarily a tourist area, but anywhere you go in Jamaica, there's somebody looking at you and say, wow, that's an iPhone. That's like 300,000 Jamaican dollars. Because they're thinking to rob you. Now, when you're in location like restaurants or places like that, do not expose your belongings. Do not, especially if they're of value. It's best to conceal it until you get back in your car. Then you go on you do whatever you need to do on your phone. Do not give the criminals ideas to attack you. Okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah, jewelry. Be careful. Be mindful if you're wearing a lot of jewelry, especially gold. In Jamaica, they will grab your gold. They will grab your gold and they will run with it. So if you're going certain places, if you know you're not secure, don't wear your golds. Keep your golds at home. Or if you go into a dinner or a function and you know you're driving from your hotel to the location or from your Airbnb to the location and then from there back home, you can wear it. Or if you're going to a club that you know there's lots of security and all of that, and you will be protected, then you can wear it. But just randomly walking in the street like you want to explore Jamaica and you're walking from your hotel or your Airbnb to go by the patty shop to get some patty, do not wear it. People will grab it and they will run. They will grab it and they will run. Also, next point, if you have your phones and stuff, keep it in your front pocket. Do not let it be in your back pocket or your wallet or anything. Keep it in your front pocket. If you don't have a front pocket, make sure you have a handbag, like you have those that the girls bring, and you have the bags that the guys bring, and make sure that it's firm, and then you put your belongings in it, and it's tight and it's strapped to you and it's in front of you, so somebody, if they try to pull it, it will not pull. Yeah. You got to be mindful. You got to be observant. You got to look. If somebody's looking at you too much, you look back at them like, what? You don't have to say anything, but just give them the impression that you see that they're looking at you, and then you move on. You got to be smart. Now, for my final point for today on survival skills in Jamaica, for instance, you're driving, and always try to notice the cars that are following you or whatever. If you see a car is following you like for 5, 6, 7 miles, it can be a coincidence. But if your mind just give you like, this guy been behind me forever, try to pull over at a very built up area with a lot of people and a lot of businesses, and you could stop there. You can exit the car, go buy something, whatever, and look around and see if that car stops or it goes. It might not stop there, but if you go back in your car after a few minutes and driving, and you pass that car down the road, and then a few minutes after you see it behind you again, that's spooky. Then you try to get the cops involved, call the police, or try to get to the nearest police station. You never know what's up. All right. No, I'll give you a story. I was in Jamaica. I was in Olava, to be exact, in the KFC. And I was there with my family, and my sister-in-law, she had her iPhone out, and, expensive. And I don't know who saw it, but she had it. So people saw it. On our way back to the house, because we're staying at a house, on our way back to the house, I was doing like maybe 30 miles per hour. And this car was behind me doing 30 miles per hour. This car was behind me for like 5 minutes. But because I'm paranoid and I do not trust any movement. I'm like, why is this car behind me driving so slow and he had all the chances in the world to pass? So I'm like, something not right. So I think I pull over and the car passed, but I pull over in a where there was a lot of crowd and people. The car passed, but I'm still paranoid. So we had to divert from the main road to go into the scheme where we're staying. On going into the scheme, I saw a car, like there was a T. The car was straight up ahead. I had to make a turn, and I was coming from that direction. So I made a turn, and then for some reason I saw a next car, like it was speeding behind me, coming before I made my turn. But being smart and trying to be paranoid and thinking crazy, I didn't, because somebody would have to get out the car to pull the main gate, then to pull the garage. So I'm like, you know what? Nobody get out the car. So I turned the car around and facing the direction that I was coming from, and I turned my bright on so nobody can see me or know what I'm trying to do. The car that was behind me on the main road before, when I pull over, the one that was driving 25 miles an hour behind me, that was the same car. So it seemed that they had somebody in the scheme, like these people knew exactly where we were going. They had a car in the scheme that was waiting, and they were supposed to trail us. So I turned on my bright, and the two cars, like, they were there and they were talking. I don't know what they say, but it took like 30 seconds to a minute, and they both went away. Because the moment that I turned my car around and turned on my bright, they knew that I knew what was up. And if I saw that car drove towards me, I was gonna drove towards them full speed, and I was gonna hit them, and then I was gonna try to sped off somewhere or do something, because you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. So these are simple little things you can do. You gotta be observant of your surrounding. Always be observant of your surrounding when you're in Jamaica. There's a lot of criminals in Jamaica. There's a lot of boys that and men that do not want to work, and even females. Don't easily be tricked by females. These criminals use a lot of females to get their dirt and their crimes done. So this is just some pointers. I'll give you some more pointers in the future. So this is the mass. Remember now, like, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get this channel to grow. This channel is about awareness of what is happening in Jamaica. I'll try to incorporate some funny videos also, because I want it to be a channel with a lot of different stuff so different audience can tune in. But for today, this was about survival skill for returning residents in Jamaica. Don't take anything. Don't be too naive that this can't happen to me. It can. So this is the Moss. Remember to like, share on your social media so we can acquire new subscribers and let the channel grow. Everybody have a blessed day, and remember, everything that you do, incorporate God, because He's the creator, He's the maker, and we can't do nothing without Him. All right, I'm out.